Hey everyone, Khaki here again with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit around the Hamilton Khaki Aviation Pioneer Auto. Now this is sort of a long name, but this watch has been sort of my favorite daily go-to steel sports watch. I've had it for a couple months now, and I've been wearing it almost every single day. It's quickly become one of my favorite watches to wear on my wrist, whether I'm at home, whether I'm going outside, when I'm traveling. I've sort of really enjoyed having this watch on my wrist. So let's actually start with a little bit about Hamilton. This is a company that not a lot of people are too familiar with. The Hamilton Watch Company is a Swiss manufacturer of wristwatches based in Bugden, Switzerland. The company sort of had its genesis as an American watch and design manufacturing company back in 1892, and then is actually currently headquartered in Switzerland. It was founded in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and then eventually was sort of moved to manufacturing in Switzerland. Now the watch is 41 millimeters across. It has a really nice, interesting case shape. This is something that you don't see too often, but is kind of, very iconic Hamilton. I'd actually tried on a lighter aluminum version of this watch when I was in the Bahamas earlier in 2018, and I really fell in love with the style. Now this is not your typical case style. It actually does have kind of an it's not a symmetrical shape, and it has these dual crowns, which are really cool. And the clasp here is actually one that I really like. It's actually pretty adjustable. It has a whole bunch of different spring bars, and of course the end links are actually, they fit in there pretty well. They're adjustable. Now when I got this, I actually did have to add an extra, or I'm sorry, I had to remove about 3 links. I removed 2 from the top and 1 from the bottom. And it actually fits on my wrist just perfectly now. One of the things that I really like about this watch is the dial. It's not overly complex. Personally, I'm the kind of person who likes a simpler dial. For example, I have a really big fascination with Bauhaus design watches. Now this is very much not that type of watch, but it does actually look really cool. It's a very dynamic sort of dial, and one of the reasons is because it has this, it's sort of a pilot-inspired watch. And I'm going to get to one of the cool features about the dial in a second, but I just want to give you guys a little look at how it wears on the wrist. Now I have a 7.5-inch wrist, and I actually like to wear this ever so slightly tight. It's not really tight, it's more snug, because when I'm wearing a steel sports watch like this, and with this sort of steel bracelet, I don't actually like it falling onto my wrist bone. I think that look is one that a bunch of people enjoy. It's really not for me. I actually really like it wearing a little bit higher up on the wrist. I think it looks a little classier, and it looks better like that personally, at least on my wrist. So taking a look at this, it actually has one of the things that I really like about it is that it has this, it's made of stainless steel, of course, but it has a really nice sapphire covering at the top, and then of course the dual crowns are pretty interesting. The top one is actually a screw down crown, so if you open it up, sort of one of the party pieces of this watch here is the fact that it has an internal rotating bezel. Now of course I am not a pilot, but this is a feature that I really personally like. I think that it just adds a little bit more interest to the watch. And this is something that I have on my 1969 Seiko 6139 Pulsations as well, and was kind of a big purchasing decision for me because I was looking for a watch that has a little bit more to it, something that's a little bit more dynamic. Now personally, I don't use this. I'm not a pilot for day-to-day wear, but it is something that I enjoy to look at every now and again. The bottom crown, of course, is just your regular crown. It's at 4 o'clock, and you use this to adjust the date, the time, etc., the hour, and the minutes. Now, the clasp is actually really nice. I think it fits on the wrist really well. Once you put it on, it's super easy to wear, clicks right into place, and I absolutely love the way that this fits on the wrist. I've been wearing it around, and as you guys can see here, it is a very monochromatic watch. It doesn't have a whole lot of other colors. There's a bunch of watches that add maybe a little bit of red onto the seconds hand, a little bit of red or orange on the text. I think that I really enjoy this really clean and crisp look. As you can see here, it also of course has the date on the 3 o'clock. Now personally, if it was me, I would have liked to have I'm more of a fan of dates that are a little bit better integrated into the watch. So for example, if it had a black background and white lettering, I think it would look cool, but as it takes the place of the 3 here, I guess that in terms of symmetry, this is something that they were trying to do, and so I can actually deal with it. The watch actually, again, if I go back to it, has this really interesting shape where it isn't symmetrical. It's a little larger on the right side where the crowns are, and this is just, again, very signature Hamilton. It's something that I like a lot. It took me a little while to get used to it, as did the cushion type of shape of the case, but once you get used to it, it is really nice. Now the movement at the back, of course, is behind another piece of sapphire. It is an exhibition case back. This is something I really like. It is the Hamilton H10 movement. It actually has 80 hours of power reserve, which is amazing. Of course, it's an automatic self-winding watch, but you can actually also wind it with the bottom crown, which is something I really like because I like to, you know, just gas up the tank every morning when I put it on. But that really is kind of a quick look at this watch. This is something I've really enjoyed wearing for the last couple of months, and I'm going to continue to wear it. Again, it has a 22mm lug width, for those of you who are wondering, and it is a 41mm dial. It is available on this steel bracelet as well as a leather strap or a textile strap, so make sure to check out the information in the description below. The watch retails for 1,045 Swiss francs, if anyone was wondering, but it is commonly available for less than that at different retailers online. Well, thank you again so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I want to make more videos like this, and let me know if that's something that interests you. Thanks again, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.